likewise, man. Likewise. You know, I think it was a case of because we had so many different personalities, you just gradually would find yourself within the group, and it's just like everyone was just alright to be themselves. Do you see what I'm saying to you? It was just a case of like, oh, okay, cool. You're not very loud. Okay, cool. That's all right. But everyone would always kind of like, they'll pull you into a conversation. Yo, what do you think? Like, it wasn't a case of like, there's like a small group. Everyone was just like one. And even I was talking to Steve from Hackney. I said to him, yeah, when I used to play for Leopards, I never used to talk. Like, I just used to play. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But nah, definitely, man. I'm telling you, like, Leopards was really, really big. When you was talking about the pains of playing the following day, yeah, I run a local league team, and we just made the Premier. And
I saw that. Were you like player coach sort of thing?
Yeah, and the CEO and the owner.
No multitasking.
Bowling. Nah. So for me, when it came to local league, I had already been, quote unquote, the man. I've played quite a bit of basketball. I've literally squeezed a lot of juice out of a basketball to the point where I'm just like, oh, let someone else play. So I would turn up to games and I'll just get rebounds and pass it out. Yeah, so I would just like get rebounds and pass the ball. And the goal was always to get it to the Premier.
Okay.
So that's what I did.
What was the talent like?
So the best team at that time was Craig's team.
Okay.
But they were in Premier. So it's like, as you're working your way up the divisions, in each division, you might get one or two teams who are really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean like really good. I mean, they just know how to play together.
Yes.
And it's like, you're like, you guys are not good, but you look at the score sheet and you're just up by 1 or you're down 10. And you're like, who scored? Like, who is scoring? So we managed to finally, last year was the first year that we played Prem. But you know, playing adult basketball, the problems, people don't want to show up. Like, we don't practice, by the way. I'm not proud of that, but we don't practice because we would have practice sessions, no one will show up. Everyone just wants to play games. So I just got to the point, I was like, look, do your fitness, just make sure you're at the games. And we were turning up to games with 5 players, bro. And I mean 5 players on a weekday, sometimes games on Monday to Friday, and like, people got things to do. You know what I mean? And then you play a whole game, and the next day, like you said, I mean, for me, because I've used to jump so much, after every game, literally, it feels hard to walk. Like, I have to stretch out my walk because everything's just tight.
Stairs for me. It'd be like,
you know what I mean? So for me, like, even when you said that you don't miss basketball so much, last year, you see that when local leagues finish, I don't scrimmage. You won't see me playing street ball. I'm like, as soon as the season's finished, I'm like, season's finished. And I literally won't even wear my basketball. Like, literally, and it's not a case, you know, like before, like, you're like, oh, wow, I haven't touched the ball today. It's been a week. No, it's months. And I don't miss it. So that's why when you're explaining that in terms of not missing it, I get it.
There's the last time I saw you, it's a 3-on-3 tournament down in Essex. And you turned up. It's the first time I've seen you in ages. You and Wayne and somebody else. And it was like, I think Andy put on the tournament with some of his friends, we also both know. And you rocked up. You were wearing joggers back when it was baggy joggers. And I think because your team was decent, you got through the early rounds and you didn't even need to take your joggers off. So it was almost like, I'm just warming up here. And then it kind of became like, oh, have you seen that guy? He's like still wearing his joggers. He's not even taking it off. Like, kind of the whispers around the park. And it then got to the point where it became like a thing. And I think you knew that. So you kept them on. And you kept them on through the quarterfinals, through the semi-finals. Like, Mans is balling in big, thick, baggy, black Nike joggers. And It truly was a sight to behold. But to be fair, you won. So
Yeah,
no,
you know what's funny? I'm so glad you remembered it, because I remember I was speaking at the beginning, and once we started chatting, I totally forgot about that. But yeah, I think I got upset with someone I was mentioning to you, I think I got upset with somebody in the finals. I think there was I was upset with somebody for something. It was something that was so small, but I think I wanted to be mad at somebody just so I could win the final game. And I believe we played against Teo and Leon Bernard, I believe. And
they were definitely there,
yeah, they were in the finals, and we played in the finals. And I just remember in the finals, I wasn't doing nothing fancy. It was just straight, just like Shaq in the post. And then we won the game. And when I finished the game, because I was still so upset, I don't know why I was upset, but it didn't even dawn on me that we just won the finals. And then everyone's like, you didn't take your tracksuit bottoms off. And I was like, yeah. In the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah. But yeah, it just started off as just one game, and then it just became a thing.
I do. Now you say that, I definitely remember that, because when I knew you were always an outside player, like a guard, a small forward. But I just remember you were going in the post a lot in that tournament because it was working for you. I definitely remember.
Yeah. I more or less became more of a post player when I got to Joe's, because they had so many guards. So I played the 4 quite a lot there. I would be on the wing because, the plays, we ran a lot of flex and some other plays. So they'll make sure that they'll put me in a position where I can attack. But by the time I got to Joe's, I was playing like the 4, sometimes maybe the 3, but not really. So by that time, I was just like, I was becoming more of a post player per se, rather than being a 3 when I was at Leopard.
See, my thing was always, I actually went the other way. I started off just because I was like 6'5", 6'6", and so when I was 16, like Brentwood and Southend, they'd put me in centre and then small forward. And by the time I got to Leopards, small forward. And then by the time I finished my career, it was more like a guard, because it was just people realised I wasn't really this imposing presence in the middle. It was more like I could shoot and play outside and hopefully take a big man outside and then beat him off the dribble, or shoot over a smaller guard. And it was weird how I kind of transitioned away. And I think that, again, British basketball doesn't recognise that people get pigeonholed into a position. My other story, and I don't know if you're going to remember this, but it's amazing and it makes me smile to this day. Do you remember